Welcome to this talk show. We are about to discuss the provision of University of London degrees by St. Martin's Institute of IT, a local affiliate centre of the university. St. Martin's was established in 1985, and during these 25 years it has been an important player in the provision of ICT education in Malta. It's my pleasure to have with me today four distinguished guests: Dr. David Brownrigg, Mr. Charles Theuma, Principal of St. Martin's College, Dr. Gareth Lewis, Computer Game Development Lecturer, and Mr. Jonathan Barbara, Head of Department of Computing and IS at St. Martin's Institute of IT. Dr. Brownrigg is, in fact, the Program Director of Goldsmiths College at the University of London, and I will start my questions with you, Dr. Brownrigg. St. Martin Institute has been accredited as an affiliate centre of the University of London external system. What does this mean, actually?
Across the world, there are a few hundred institutions that offer tuition to students studying for degrees through the external system of the University of London. Of these, only 21 are of good enough standard to have the affiliate designation, and St. Martin's is one of these. St. Martin's is also one of 5 institutions which in 2008, the 150th anniversary of the external system, got a special award for its achievement in terms of teaching and tuition.
How sure are you that the Maltese students reading for the degrees of the University of London are given a sound educational experience here in Malta?
One of my jobs as the Programme Director is to visit institutions around the world. I come to Malta 2 or 3 times a year, and I've been doing that for over a decade. In the process, I've repeatedly met teaching staff, administrative staff, as well as repeatedly meeting the students and talking to them. And I've seen well over 50 teaching sessions for different courses on the programme. In that time, with my experience of seeing other institutions, that's let me make a good judgment about the quality of tuition here, which is very high.
You have already mentioned, how does St. Martin's compare academically with other similar centres and institutes?
It's a matter of record in other meetings that St. Martin's, in my computing programmes, amazingly gets approximately 50% first-class honours. Some think this means the degree must be easy, but accepting St. Martin's, the rate of getting first-class honours across the world is about 2%. So something extraordinary is going on here.
What are the reasons you think of them right now?
From my experience of meeting staff and students, there have been extremely committed students in terms of their studies, but also extremely committed, extremely effective tuition from the lecturers. They've been very committed to what they do and teach extremely effectively. Those are the main aspects.
Actually, we are talking about distance learning. When it comes to mind, there's often questionable universities going around with distance learning. Can we set our mind at rest about this?
With distance learning, many people understand that to be linked to a process of franchising, where a local institution set and marks assessments according to a syllabus from elsewhere with only occasional overview. Nothing like that happens with London. For over 150 years, London has set and marked all assessments in the UK, and students in their own countries sit for these examinations at local examination centres, and the papers then go back for marking. So the quality assurance is of the exit quality. Students, unit by unit on my computing programmes, generally are sitting an identical examination paper on the same day as the internal students at Goldsmiths, University of London, for the same programme.
But how does the University of London monitor St. Martin's Institute activities on a daily basis?
As I mentioned, in terms of formal visits, there's a periodic review visit of several days where all aspects of the institution's behaviour, teaching, administration are examined formally. But as I say, I also come here at least 2 and usually 3 times a year, so every time I oversee what St. Martin's is doing and formally check all processes they're carrying out with students by looking at documents and records that they have, as well as seeing the teaching.
From what I understand, to all intents and purposes, St. Martin's is a functioning university, except that degrees are confirmed by the University of London.
It's certainly true that it's a university with regard to undergrad tuition. We do not expect our teaching institutions to engage in the level of research commitment that the home institutions do, but I'm pleased to say that St. Martin's does help its lecturers undertake higher level qualifications, which does enhance their benefit by giving them an overview of their subjects.
Mr. Theuma, you are the principal of St. Martin's. State institutions such as the University of Malta and MCAST already provide higher education in ICT. So how does St. Martin's come into the scene?
First of all, it wasn't always that way. So when St. Martin's was set up in 1985, actually the educational sector in IT in Malta was very, very barren. There was actually nothing. Even private church schools and secondary schools weren't offering anything to do with ICT. And St. Martin's was set up actually to fill these niches. We knew that ICT is going to be a very important profession, and in 1985 we started slowly to provide education. I think our red letter day actually was in the year 2000, when after 5 years of preparation, the University of London gave us the green light to accept its first students. We had a group of 24 students. At the time, we provided tuition only in the evening, and that was actually a gap in the market. There was no opportunity for employees to be able to get a degree without leaving their job. And that was how we started off in this area. What happened actually was that we were so successful with this first group, second group, third cohort of students who came to us. As Dr. Brownrigg was saying, beyond my personal imagination as principal, we started getting first-class honors from the very early days of our tuition to students. Actually, we then went into also offering these degrees on a full-time basis, with the support, may I say, of the government of Malta. We are a licensed teaching institution. We do not have the license to be an awarding body. There isn't even the law in Malta yet to be provided for institutes such as ours to be awarding bodies. We have to work very closely with the University of London. But since 2004, we have also accepted students on full-time basis to read for these degrees. Where we stand in the market after 25 years, I think that we have now built our own character, as my colleagues will be describing as well, in that we do not offer the same programs that are offered by the state institutions that you mentioned. Both our computing and information systems degree, our creative computing degree, which we were pioneers even within the system. Dr. Brownrigg may confirm that actually both Goldsmiths College and St. Martin's will have graduates this year for the first time in this undergraduate degree. And also in information systems management, we have made sure to provide a portfolio of degrees which aren't found in Malta. So we are complementing what is here in Malta rather than trying to supplement and maybe compete for the same students. Rather, our main aim is to be able to expand the market and offer more opportunities for students who may think that they can't have a career in ICT to be able to get a degree in ICT.
You are pretending to be a university, but the fact that your entry requirements are less stringent than those of the University of Malta, does this undermine the standard and quality of the education at St. Martin's?
I mean, my immediate reaction is surely not. But the mentality is different. Even from when we started in 2000, it has changed. I'd like to take you back, if you can, actually move back to the year 2000, when we started. At the time, it was St. Martin's and the University of Malta. And there was a gap there. But in 2003, MCAST was set up. And remember that today, a student who starts at MCAST at maybe a foundation diploma or a first diploma can also continue step by step to get a degree. So in Malta itself, in the state institutions themselves, there is now the split in mentality, and that you do not gauge the standard of education simply by checking out the entry requirements. What the University of London is all about, and what